Eamon Khan here for Seconds Out with my mate Nate and girlfriend Ava as Nate prepares to fight this weekend against King Kenny. We'll start with you, Nate. How you doing?
I'm doing great. I'm ready and ready to get in the ring.
When Nate was preparing for King Kenny, have you seen videos of King Kenny fighting? What do you think of Nate's chances against King Kenny?
Wow, to be honest, I think he has a great chance against King Kenny because I know that he's the type of guy who, whatever he works for, he will usually achieve it, and he has like a really good mindset about it, and he's really respect King Kenny, and he's very positive about everything. He trained really hard for this moment, so I'm sure all his hard work will pay off, definitely.
Nate, have you read the scout report on King Kenny? Look, there's a lot of tape on him. The tape's a little bit more scarce, so you've got to look in the right places for it. But what have you made of the scout report on King Kenny?
He's in shape. He's a great technical boxer. He's got good reach. He's got good stamina, and it's going to be a good fight.
People say that, look, he can't really pull the trigger. He's maybe a bit too nice, and he doesn't let his hands go. Do you feel that way? Do you feel that will play into your hands Saturday night?
Well, he's been saying and posting since the build-up of this entire fight that he's ready to throw a lot more, which is good because that comes straight into my style of boxing. It's boxing off the back foot, ready for counters, and throwing back. But if he decides not to throw, then I'll just change my tactics and I'll push.
Ava, when I spoke to King Kenny first a few weeks ago, when I spoke to Nate, a few weeks ago, I said to him, look, he's quite unassuming. You wouldn't think he was a boxer, but when he fights, it's like you owe him money. He wants to beat it out of you. Are you surprised to see that side of him?
Well, actually, he with me, he's like very kind and very like childish, his silent side, but when he fights, he's quite scary actually, because he will, when he's on the ring, it's like he's like a tiger. He's going to go and get the meat. So I'm really rooting for him, and I'm sure he's going to do great for sure, because I saw like the progress behind everything that he did, so I'm sure he's going to get a good result.
Do you ever get a little bit worried when he steps in the ring about what might happen to him?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Even like his last fight, I'm also very worried. Like there are so many times where I like teared up and almost cried on the teammates too because we're very worried about him. But I know that he's gonna do well, and I know that this is not just like for entertaining. This is like one of the biggest achievements for his life. So I'm sure he's gonna do well, and I'm rooting for that as well.
Now, watching the tapes of King Kenny, speaking about you coming to this fight, I'm going to stir the pot a little bit, but I don't want you to hurt me. He said he called you boring, which I thought was interesting. Did you hear that comment?
Yeah, that's okay. Boring is boring, but if boring wins fights, then it wins fights.
But you don't have a boring style either, so what did he mean by that?
No, he's talking about, I think he's talking about one, I wasn't really promoting the fight as much. I don't know why he said that, because I promoted the fight way more than he has, just on the side note. But I don't know, if he thinks I'm boring, then he thinks I'm boring. Doesn't matter. Doesn't really matter what he thinks. It all depends on what happens in the ring.
Does Thailand know much about King Kenny?
People who follow the online world know a decent amount about him, but if you talk about in general, no, they don't. They have no idea who he is.
Now you're planning to progress to the Kingpin Tournament final. Who do you think will be in the opposite corner to you if you get there?
That's a hard one, because between Gibb and McBroom, I think a lot of people are writing McBroom off, but I think he's ready for fight. I think it'll be Gibb or Jarvis.
Ava, let me get your thoughts. Who do you think?
I think Gibb and the other person, what's his name?
Him?
Yeah.
Oh, Zanetti.
Yeah.
She thinks it'll be Gibb or Zanetti that'll face me in the tournament.
And which one's the harder one, Gibb or Zanetti?
For me, I feel like both of them, from what I look, just from like, especially he's on the stage right now, I feel like they're kind of the person who like very determined, and they will do anything to get like to win. They would rather like win than to die, you know? So I feel like that would be quite hard, but I'm still sure that he'll still get it if he really gets to that point, which I think he will.
Hey, look, you two are great. I was just wondering if maybe there was an offer to maybe have Ava in the tournament at all, and maybe if Ava might step into the boxing ring at some point.
Yeah, and you can be my trainer.
No. No, definitely not. I mean, if she wanted to, but yeah. I don't think you would.
I think I might have to train for like a decade or something to win this girl. They're like amazing. They look amazing, and I look like nothing, like a potato over here. Yeah, I might. What do you think?
Well, if that's her decision, but I would prefer if she didn't. I like her being on the side cheering me on.
Fair enough. Look, Nate, you win the tournament and the world's your oyster. You can do whatever you want. You can fight again, you can not fight again, but if you do, who's your dream fight?
Well, to be honest, it's hard because my dream fight is anybody who has the most followers. Because my goal is to build my following, to build my platform, and out of all of the influencer boxers, Winderson has the most followers. So, and I have a high chance of meeting him in the next round. Whether we both win or we both lose, it's a 50-50 chance that we'll see each other. So, I don't know what would be bigger than fighting Winderson right now. I mean, yeah, a lot of people say the KSI, this, that, or Jake Paul, but I mean, I'm not trying to fight like that. I'm not trying to build up to that style. So, I don't know. Winderson, actually.
Nate, I'll get a final couple of things from you. First of all, KSI takes on Joe Fournier very soon. You got thoughts on that fight?
I'm cheering KSI. He's a creator, he's an influencer, and anytime that the influencers or creators build up, it helps the entire community. So I'm cheering for him.
And also Jake Paul's announced that he's fighting Nate Diaz. That fight week is going to be really fun. That fight's going to be really fun too. Who'd you pick?
Jake. Same reason, the exact same reason I just said about KSI. Like the fact that they're pushing the limits, that they're expanding, they're getting better, and they're just building out the boxing scene. It's great for all of us. So I'm cheering for both of them.
I'll lead off with, look, I asked this question to lead off with you last time. I'll ask it again, see if your response is any different. Nate, why are you the Kingpin tournament winner?
I feel like, okay, I might not have the best body like everyone else. I might not have the muscles or the look, but that doesn't matter. I feel like at the end of the day, all of us are skilled, and whoever wants it more is going to be the winner, and I believe that I want it more.
You gave me a great response there, Nate. I'm looking forward to the fight. Thanks for speaking to Seconds Out, Ava. Much pleasure, much appreciated. Thank you so much.
Yep.
Cheers.